Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Andy Cohen breaks his silence on Wendy and Eddie Osefo fraud charges. Andy Cohen is weighing in on all the drama surrounding Wendy and Eddie Osefo, calling the felony charges against them really sad. The Bravo TV host addressed the arrests of the Real Housewives of Potomac couple on the Monday episode of his Sirius FM show, Andy Cohen Live, kicking things off saying he was blindsided by the charges just like everyone else. Cohen also said he was really sad about the situation, and said he's still a big Wendy fan. He went on to say Wendy has been a great housewife and a great role model. Andy wrapped it saying Wendy and Eddie are in his thoughts, and he hopes the case against them is just one big nothing burger. As we reported, Wendy and Eddie were booked Thursday night by police in Maryland for allegedly reporting a bogus burglary at their home. The pair allegedly told police designer bags and jewelry were swiped by thieves, but cops say their story was all BS, because Wendy posted Instagram photos of herself wearing some of the purportedly stolen items, including her diamond ring. Prosecutors charged Wendy with 16 offenses, including 7 felonies. Eddie was slapped with 18 charges, 9 of which are felonies. Wendy has been on Real Housewives of Potomac since season 5. Before reaching stardom, she was a college professor of education and taught at Johns Hopkins University, but resigned in 2024. Eddie is an attorney who founded a cannabis brand in 2022. Andy Cohen is no stranger to chaos. As the ringmaster of Bravo's ever-expanding reality circus, he's seen housewives flip tables, storm reunions, launch wine glasses, and vow vengeance over mismatched charcuterie boards. But even he wasn't prepared for the news that sent shockwaves through the Bravoverse this week. Real Housewives of Potomac stars Wendy and Eddie Osefo are reportedly facing allegations tied to potential fraud-related business dealings. 4 days, fans waited in silence, refreshing social media like Olympic athletes in thumb gymnastics, wondering when the king of Bravo himself would weigh in. Would Andy ignore it? Would he shade it? Or better yet, would he muster his reunion host voice and deliver a verbal subpoena on national television? Well, Andy has spoken. And in classic Cohen fashion, he didn't just comment. He strategically detonated. I wasn't born yesterday, but I was born for this drama. Appearing live on Radio Andy, Cohen addressed the swirling allegations with that trademark mix of diplomacy and delightful snark. I've hosted 13 years worth of reunions, he began. I've heard every excuse under the sun. Fake bankruptcy, fake friendships, fake amnesia. But alleged fraud charges? Now we're stepping into crossover territory between Bravo and Law and Order. He paused, allowing listeners to imagine Olivia Benson interrogating a real housewife in a confessional chair. Let me be clear, Andy continued. We do not convict in the court of public opinion, but I do reserve the right to question aggressively while holding note cards in glitter pen ink. Reunion thunder incoming? Fans immediately clipped the audio across every Housewives meme page from Instagram to TikTok. The theories began. He's prepping to grill them during the season 9 reunion. Bravo cameras are already rolling. They probably pulled a federal indictment B-roll montage. I need Giselle's commentary immediately. Cohen didn't confirm whether the topic would be addressed on air, but he didn't deny it either. You know how this works, he teased. If it's in the press, it's in the seating chart. I've got my blue cards ready. Translation. Eddie and Wendy might as well start drafting their opening statements now. Housewives history repeating itself? Let's not pretend the Real Housewives universe is unfamiliar with legal drama. As Andy himself referenced, Teresa Giudice went from flipping tables to flipping through prison commissary menus, and returned stronger than ever. Jen Shah filmed snow sprinter footage while allegedly evading Homeland Security. Erica Jane learned the hard way that diamonds may be borrowed by the government. But Wendy Osefo? The political commentator, professor, and 4-degree flex queen was supposed to be the credible one. The housewife who corrected everyone's grammar during shade battles. That's what makes this so shocking, and why Andy's reaction carries extra gravity. We cast housewives, he said. Not house felons. But hey, sometimes the storyline writes itself. Will Wendy come with receipts? Or a statement from her lawyer? Sources close to production say Wendy is furious at the narrative, and preparing a very carefully worded response. Not filmed in her glam room, but likely from a well-lit legal office. Andy offered advice on air. If this comes up at reunion, and let's be honest, it will, You better bring documentation. And not in a plastic binder. I'm talking laminated, tabbed, color-coded. Teresa Giudice walked so y'all could spreadsheet. He added, with expert-level shade. And leave Eddie at home unless he's ready to be cross-examined. Bravo fans already casting the courtroom special. One fan mock-pitched an upcoming spin-off in the comments section. The Real Indictments of Potomac, hosted by Judge Judy and Andy Cohen. Another wrote, Wendy better start screaming, I object, before Giselle beats her to it. Candiace Dillard, never one to stay silent when chaos unfolds, simply tweeted, Cue the violin. To which Andy reportedly replied with a single gif of popcorn. Andy's final word? This is not over. Before ending the segment, Cohen gave one last statement. Calm, measured, and ominously promising. At Bravo, we love a comeback story. But first, we need the truth. And that's the thing about Andy Cohen. He's not just a host. He's the unofficial Chief Justice of Housewives Law, and court is now in session. The only question is, will Wendy and Eddie walk into that reunion holding hands, or holding legal counsel? One thing's for sure. Andy's blue cards have never been sharper. While Wendy is the firecracker, Eddie has long been considered the calm one. The zen husband, the smooth-talking lawyer, the man who somehow survived a messy storyline involving cheating rumors and group chat gossip without breaking a sweat. But now, he might be the one answering the harder questions. Fans are already drafting reunion bingo cards. I obtained my attorney. Wendy. This is defamation. Eddie. So who really signed the documents? Giselle, sipping wine. Roll the footage. Andy, grinning like a cat at a laser pointer. Cohen addressed the elephant in the room head-on. If they show up to reunion, they'd better be ready. And if they don't show up? Trust me, we'll talk about that too. The cast reacts, silently, yet loudly. Though none of the Potomac ladies have made formal statements, their silence has been deafeningly shady. Giselle unfollowed Wendy on Instagram. Classic pre-war maneuver. Karen Huger posted an ambiguous story that simply read, Some people study ethics. Some people practice them. Candiace tweeted 3 violin emojis, then deleted them. When asked if the ladies were already circling like stylish sharks, Andy chuckled. Oh, I think the group chat is on fire. I wouldn't be surprised if half the cast already booked glam for their confessional reactions. Andy's final words? A warning, wrapped in a smile.